Would you like to learn how to make this 6-sided fidget cube? Well, just follow along. It has 6 different sides. When we make it today, it will have a few different things that are different, but some will be the same. You can decorate it with whatever you want and however you want. I'm just going to be teaching you how to make it whatever I show. Next, you take a big-ish piece of cardboard, and it has to be thin, and then you cut it into this shape. So it has 4 going up, and then 2 on the sides. And then you can choose your own colors. I chose pink, white, purple, yellow, orange, and green, and teal.
Thanks for the good colors.
So as I said, you can choose your own colors. Those are just the ones I chose. I think they look really good together, and you can put them however you want on it, whatever you want. So my first color is pink. It's a very light pink, so I had to mix the bright pink and the white to make this color that I wanted.
Sorry to say it.
No, look.
I still have 1. I had 31.
Oh.
I ran that dishwasher with one of those pots.
Refresh thing?
Yeah,
Just to see if it's better from that?
yeah.
She said we can talk, that she'll do a voiceover.
Ew. Hey, why do you say shh?
Well, at first I thought that.
Once I was done with the pink, then I chose yellow.
Cakey.
And all these different types of paints are all different, but I just chose the types that actually would go on the cardboard and show up. The yellow, I didn't do the best, but it still worked out in the end.
And do you get something good?
And then you guys can blend until you guys think it is to whatever you want it to look like or whatever.
Ready for me to knock?
No. Yes.
Now you are?
Because I just got 31.
Dang it! I had 30. I should have went one more time.
You go with a blender?
And
Okay.
then I did purple because, yeah. Then I did orange, purple, green, and blue. Then I got a tiny little container. Usually there's like lip gloss or something in it, and I just washed it out and I put either slime or putty in it. I put slime, and then you just trace the container around, and then you have to cut the circle out once it's as big as you want it. It has to fit the little container perfectly. If it doesn't, that's okay, because it should just slide on it. Then just for it to not fall out, because we don't want it to fall out in the cube, then we just take the hot glue gun and we just glue right around there. And then I got this paint pen marker thing. But you guys can just take white paint or however you guys want to decorate this. I took white and then I just sponged it on in there. Sorry about my sister in the background. And then I just kind of put it however I wanted it. And I put some on the top because I had a little logo and I did not want that logo anymore. And then I kind of just traced out however I wanted the fidget spinner thing to look. So this is how I made mine look. You guys can put it however you guys want though.
Then cut it out.
And then you just cut it out. So then mine looks like this, and then you can paint it wherever you want. Next you would tape it, and then you'd paint it, or you could do it the other way around. You don't have to tape it, but it just kind of makes it look more, I don't know. Or you could also do this with plastic.
Yeah.
It might not work the same, but it would probably look a little bit better. And I just like put it around the corners so that it looks full. And then you can just color it or whatever you want.
Paint it, or you can.
Yeah, you can paint it.
What you want with it. I'm just gonna leave mine clear, and then
I'm just gonna leave mine
It kind
here.
of takes a little bit.
I had already done this, so I'm just trying to show you guys how to do it again because I forgot to video it. And then you just poke a hole.
What?
Usually it just works with like poking it with a pen or a pencil.
And then
I did it with a pencil. It works way better than a pen. Then you just take a paper clip, a normal one, it doesn't have to be a big one, and just take the side off and cut that end. Mine went flying, so I had to go get it. And then it has to have that little hook at the end. So then you put it through and then hot glue that so that it does not come off. Don't hot glue the bottom, hot glue the top where that little hook is.
Eat what we can today, or we gotta throw it away.
And then make sure it stays straight down there.
so now it's hot glue. We just
Then you would take it, and it should not come off. If it does, that's really bad. I had already done it, but this is just how you do it. You should make an extra one for what we're going to do next.
hot glue on the back.
Then you just take a bead and you hot glue it to the bottom. Not at the very bottom, just so that it works. Then you just draw out a little line, and then you cut it out. Then that thing we made earlier, to make it again, we just cut the sides off, or you could put whatever you want in there, so it just slides around. So we just take a little bead. We're gonna have to put on more beads so it does not come off. At the end, I also put a little bit of, pom-pom. If you want to save time and not waste a bunch of stuff, then you can just put the pom-pom. My grandma said something really funny, and it was hot. I burnt myself. That's why I was laughing. Then you should just place it on in there, and then bead. I thought it wasn't gonna come out, but it did at the end. So I just put another bigger bead on the top of it. See that? It's just a little bit bigger, so that it just doesn't come off. At the very end, it did end up coming out, so I had to put the pom-pom on it. I'm trying to show you guys. Then you just hot glue that right on there. And then just wait. I fanned it out so it went faster. And then it shouldn't come out, but if it does, then just put a pom-pom down there, as I said before. And you can just play with it, swing it around, you know, like that. I think it's kind of fun. You guys can put your own things if you guys don't want this. Then I ended up coloring it because I thought that it actually looked a little bit boring. So I ended up coloring it blue. You guys can color it however you guys want. Sorry I didn't show all the details in this video, but otherwise it would have been like 15 minutes long. This took me an entire day to do. we have the spinner one. And I just put the pom-pom on top just to make a little effect. I put the black one so it doesn't blend in too much. With the pink. You guys can put whatever you guys want. You guys can decorate this however you want. This is just how I'm doing mine. You can make this as a gift. I'm making mine for my parent, my mom. Then you want a big googly eye and 4 small googly eyes. I painted them all purple except for the big one. The big one we do not paint because the big one doesn't work like that. Then you just put some hot glue on the top of it just to make it a little bit thicker. And yeah, wait for it to dry and then put a rubber band on the top. So you put the rubber band over it and then you hot glue it at the bottom of it. Like this, if you guys can see that. So it just goes over it in the middle. It's kind of hard. And then at the back, as you can see, we just hot glue that part. Then it's just, then you can just pull it. Some of my rubber bands broke because the hot glue was too hot. So I would just say don't mess with it until it's dry. And then you can just pull the rubber band, or you can like squish them. So you go boop, 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 boop. And the big one stays not purple. You just don't color it so that it's way easier to just do. And you put that one in the middle. So here's a big one. And as I said, just put hot glue at the back and put it in the middle. This one is the easiest one to pop. It's kind of like a pop-it, but you don't have to do it from the back. I think it's fun.
You can get a
But if you guys don't like that idea, you can put whatever you want.
I have this little.
And then you can get, if you have any fidgets or any little toys, I got this weird fidget spinner
And then just
thing. And I just hot glued that part and I just put it there because I had no idea what to put.
That's so legit.
This was a really good idea, I think, because it spins really fast. You guys can just do a normal fidget spinner or pop it, whatever you guys want. It would be best with a fidget because this is a fidget cube. So, yeah. For the very last one, we are just going to cut out and not like make a maze, and I just use like a pocket knife
circles, so those are going to be the whiter ones.
Just trace that line so that we can make
That
thing. In the end, I ended up, I've never done this before, if you guys did not know, and this pipe cleaner was too thick. It didn't fit. So if you guys have any wire or anything, you could do this. And just put it with a pom-pom, and then you can just move the pom-pom around the maze. That was my idea, but it ended up not working, and I put a lid on it, and it just made it all worse. So I just made it like a pop thing. It's not the best side, but it's still something. I really thought it was gonna work, but it did not work. If you guys want to just skip and just not do anything. That would be the best idea. Or just put whatever you guys want. It could be, I don't really know. And then it was supposed to be able to go through the entire thing, but it did not work. That was a thumbs down. So I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I know what I'm doing now. I put the end of the pipe cleaner with hot glue so it would not come off, but it came off anyways. I wanted it to come off. So like I said, this did not work out. Then I just put the lid on there. And I tried putting beads inside of the lid, but it didn't work. They just fell out the bottom. The lid was too big, and my whole idea was just failed. So, yeah. This is where I just tried putting it on really tight so it wouldn't come off, and then it ruined the entire thing. So in my suggestion, don't put the lid on. Do not do it. If you want, you can try, but it ruins pretty much that whole square cube. Mine ended up fine, but if you put too much hot glue, it's not going to come off. And half of my paper, like the paper that goes above the cardboard and the paint, came off. My whole thing was almost just ruined, but luckily I stopped it in time, so it just came off. But still, I don't want that to happen to you guys'. So then I just opened up a corner and I put the beads inside. That was a mistake. So then I had to get the beads out and the lid. And guess what? That lid was hot glued, right? Sorry, I'm not showing it. I forgot. And then I just had to hot glue it again and put all the sides really tight. Oh, that's just what I had to do. Did it on every single side so it wouldn't come off. That was such a dumb idea. And I lifted it up and the beads came out the bottom. See? If your lid was small enough and you put like... Oh, I've actually never done this before. So, that was just a little mistake. But instead, we're still gonna leave it. I just painted over it because I had to get the cap up. I'm so sorry if I ruined you guys' design. You guys can make it whatever you guys want. I just took the lid off, I painted over it, made it look a little bit better, and you can, right now, I'm just making it look like this. So it looks like that, and you can just press it in and out. I think that might just be fine. I'm super sorry if I ruined your design, but I've never done this before, so yeah, I'm so sorry. Once that dries, then we technically just take our masterpiece here. Mine hasn't fully dried yet, so it's just gonna take a little bit. And then we fold in the edges. So once that dries, I'm so sorry again. What is going on here? Then we fold the corners in. So we fold this one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Go. Guys, mine's not completely dry yet. What am I supposed to do with this? Sorry again. You fold in your corners. So I'm gonna fold mine in just a second. And I'll show you guys. And then you hot glue them. I'll just show you. So I folded all my edges. You don't have to keep them like this. So yeah. And now we just take it. Mine's still not completely. So this one we just fold. On each one of those flaps, we're gonna hot glue. So
Should be.
So then, once you hot glue each side, then it becomes cute. And for this one, I'm just like gonna press. It's not as fun, but it's still something. And this is and this has, you know what, inside. And this. And yeah, isn't it so cool? It is. This one is a little bit different, but I honestly think this one's a little bit better, except for this one. That one smells great. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!